All right, so this how this all started. I ain't gonna lie to you. This how it started. So at first I was like, oh, who's the biggest people's champ, you know? And I'm like, well, The Rock is a self-proclaimed people's champ. You remember? Who the real people's champ? Like the people, like we chose you to be that dude. And I was, all right, we can make that a list, you know, because I seen the elevation of LA Knight, and I seen the fact CM Punk is back, and we all know these two dudes are the people who Vince McMahon said, okay, put them in the spotlight. It's not like your Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan, your Stone Cold Steve Austin. He ain't make the list because Vince put money behind him, whether y'all think that was organic or not. Like the only thing that was organic is that the little natural ass switch that happened. But outside of that, Vince wanted Stone Cold to be that guy.
That
Huh?
shit. I say the Austin 316 shit.
Yeah, all that was planted. But these are the self-made people, the people who got over on their own. Now the way I ranked them. Uh, most of these dudes started as like you know not nobodies, but people who was just gonna probably be mid card forever till they bumped up. So I think I ranked them by the height they got, like how over they got, especially off their own energy. Let me know if you're ready.
I'm ready.
So the two who didn't make my list before y'all even trip out, The Rock didn't make my list. As much as y'all think he was bred from start. That whole Jericho shit was clearly something, you know. Yeah, that was all pushed behind. But now naturally he did get over, but he not part of this list because he wasn't one of those people who was gonna be. He was gonna get put in the main event scene anyway, whether y'all like it or not. Number two is Taker. The reason I was going to put Take on the list because he got that gimmick over. So I was like, all right, you know, I can say he did that. But again, Vince McMahon said y'all gonna like him no matter what. Either y'all gonna like him or he gonna be the big bad guy like Teddy Long was doing. So he didn't make my top 10 list. Ready to get it?
Oh yeah.
Number 10, this dude turned every day something special. Rusev Day.
Man,
I'm
Rusev.
not sure who started that shit. If he started it, then he deserved to be on this list because one random day I'm watching Raw and these dudes chanting Rusev Day, and then he embraced it, and then Adrian Deadly. No, that's a basketball player.
Um,
Some Adrian or Adrian
Aiden
something.
English.
Oh fuck, way off. Okay, Aiden English started doing the whole Rusev Day thing, and it got
Uh,
completely
and
over.
it was on SmackDown. It started when
Oh, SmackDown.
Rusev Randy Orton, and he made it to a big celebration. He brought Aiden English out there, and he was singing Rusev Day, and it just every day became Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day, and
He
yeah,
got fired on Rusev Day.
huh?
He got fired on Rusev Day.
Exactly. And he couldn't even take it over to AEW. It was Miro. Eh, good old cup of mid right there. That ain't Rusev Day. That ain't Rusev Day. All right, moving on. Number 9. On Rusev really didn't capitalize off it. Really, like they didn't really. They still didn't give him no kind of push or nothing after that. That's why he number 10. So
I mean, I got a Rusev Day shirt somewhere up in here.
yeah, so y'all gonna get the scheme on why he was so low on the list. Number 9, Zack Ryder.
Woo, woo,
Woo
woo.
woo woo.
He
You
stole
snowed,
Martin
bro.
catchphrase.
Huh?
I said he stole Martin catchphrase.
He did. He did. But he got over on the internet and people was really fucking with him. Um I I didn't see what's so popping about him, but look, he caught on. He caught flame. Vince McMahon didn't give a fuck because they didn't reward him with shit. They gave I think they gave him the belt and he lost the next night or some shit like that. So that's why you number 9, bro. Like I can't show love to that.
He
Like what you want me to do?
can't forget. Kane beat him up, and John Cena stole his Hosky.
Yeah, wasn't it bros over hoes and Cena played them? Some
Bro
shit like that.
Oskis.
Yeah. But why would you even trust John Cena? He look like the type of guy. You know. That's why he doing all that Make-A-Wish stuff, trying to forgive himself.
Hey,
Like,
that,
all
but
that backstabbing.
that Z True Hollywood Story shit was funny.
What?
The Z True Hollywood Story. Dude, true Long Island Story or whatever that shit is he was doing.
But that was on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't follow it. No disrespect, everybody, but fuck with us. Fuck with us.
That
All
was
right.
everybody was on Twitter like that.
Number 8. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he didn't win no belts. I know Zack Ryder won the belt, but I was there for Zack Ryder getting over. It wasn't L.A. Knight. L.A. Knight probably a little bit more over. And you could see it's translating because he getting put in the main event scene. Zack Ryder even sniffed the main event scene. So this is why LA Knight above Zack Ryder.
You know why LA Knight got the rub, got the push? Howdy. He got
Oh
that
yeah.
howdy, man.
And that performance last year at the Rumble got him in the main event a year later. Like
And that shit came cause like he was a heel, and then all of a sudden everybody just cheering for him. We're like, what the fuck?
yeah.
And it's
And
like
he capitalized on it.
he got over.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it pushing. Sami Zayn.
Yes.
He's definitely not a handpicked guy. The fact that he worked himself into a WrestleMania main event off of a joke storyline, and people actually wanted him to win the heavyweight belt. Literally, there's no other storyline for Sammy if he win the belt. WWE not that good at booking. I don't see them booking him that good, but people still want him to win.
Yep. I thought he had a slim chance because it was in his hometown, but
he was over like crazy.
Yeah.
It would have been a moment. It would have been a moment. And then come to find out, it wasn't even in the plans. He actually performed so well and won over the crowd so much that they booked him in the storyline. And he got the main event at Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah. That dude extended the bloodline storyline like at least 3-4 months. Probably, well, I'm gonna say a good 6 months.
Exactly. So yeah, that was one of the that is probably one of the bigger moments of somebody getting over with their own doing. And he didn't do it in the internet. He just did it just storyline. So Sammy 7.
He always had that little that scrappy underdog, whatchamacallit, character.
Facts. Number 6, Kofi Kingston. The reason he on it is not that Kofi Mania shit. Let's keep it funky. That Kofi Mania shit. Like he went in the elimination chamber. Was it no elimination chamber? I forgot what match it was. He went in some match.
Elimination Chamber.
That was the elimination chamber match he went crazy in?
When Mustafa Ali got hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he went crazy in that match. And I guess people realized how much they loved Kofi, and Kofi Mania was born. And honestly, to this day, when I watch Raw, Kofi's still over like that. The people still love him. Like I could honestly say he a people's champion. He can't. Kofi will have a hard time turning heel. That's what I'm saying.
He helped get that New Day shit over.
Exactly.
Because they wasn't fucking with that shit at first. They wasn't fucking with it. And he got that shit over. And yeah.
Speaking of that, let's take a break real quick. We fairly fresh into it. You been watching Raw at least the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What the fuck up with Kofi? With like without his partners, he just lost in the dressing room or something. Like he looked like he about to play basketball in the 9th ward. Like he got the white soldier rag pants on, the white gang pants with knee pads, like so. I get no Big E, with no Big E, no Xavier. You just like I'm lost, no colors in the thing. We done.
He thugging.
It seems like it. I guess that's the route to go. But yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? That like I know last week he had it on, but I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Maybe he just chilling. Then he came with it again this week. I'm like, did he lose his shit or something? Like, is he lost without his partners? We would be doing that type of storyline.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of storyline, so you watch Raw, you watch Ludwig Kaiser fuck over Kofi, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What if this is all a storyline to have Biggie and Gunther Street? So hypothetically, Xavier Woods out the injury. They gonna keep nitpicking at it. Kofi show up, do a little something. With Kaiser do a little something. Gunther, he show his face every now and then like maybe what? Not WrestleMania, that's too close, but SummerSlam. Biggie finally come back and it's a I don't know, a three-way match, and Biggie pinned Gunther for the belt, some shit like that. Would that be a feel good story? Would that be you'll fuck with that to end Gunther Street?
Uh,
Or matter of fact, let's keep it funky. Let's do the tag match and then do a singles match.
yeah. I don't want no. I don't want Gunther losing on no fluky shit.
Okay, so a singles match against Big E. Would you like that to end Gunther Street?
He could come back. I'm back, sucker. And yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think they think that far into it. And plus, I think these dudes are seriously injured. So
yeah.
back to the countdown. Shout out to Kofi. All right, number 5, Becky Lynch. Getting punched in the face is probably one of the best things to happen to her. Apparently, I'm
I
not. I'm not sure if that's the thing that got her over, but I guess the cool
think
stance of her with the bloody nose, like, whoa, look how cool she looked.
she turned heel at SummerSlam that year, and that's what got her over. That's what started it. She
Again,
turned
heel on who?
on Charlotte.
Okay, yeah.
She turned like I think it was like a triple threat match. And by her and Charlotte being cool, she hugged it out at the end, and then she was like, "Fuck that, pow!" And people lost their fucking mind. Go back and watch it. Like the
And
minute she
look,
Charlotte,
let's not get it twisted. The man gimmick was probably the best thing she could think of because the Irish lash kicker was boring as hell. That was rocking my Via shit right there.
yeah,
We was like, all right, cool, but we ain't fucking with it like that.
coming out with the goggles and the
Yeah.
lab. What the
Now she
fuck?
coming out, with the race tracksuit on and Adidas.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, Becky
yo,
Lynch 5.
yeah, that Nia Jax moment that really kind of, oh, yeah, it put her on the map.
All right. How you like the list so far?
Oh yeah, I mean
All
it's
right.
pretty much. Yeah,
The
everybody out of probably came up with.
the order still straight?
Yeah, I mean the order straight. Like for me, I wouldn't be able to really rank them, but I mean,
Like I said, I'm going by what them getting. Everybody on this list got themselves over, but I'm ranking them on how successful they got by being over. So that's why Rusev, Zack Ryder, which probably could have switched, but it is what it is. LA Knight, he didn't really do nothing. Sami Zayn got the main event. Kofi got his title, and Becky became pretty much the face of the women's division. Probably the face of wrestling at some point.
she was she was a double champion, and she held the Raw Women's belt over a year, and only lost it because she got pregnant.
First woman on a cover of a wrestling game. So you
Yeah,
know, She got herself over, but not as over as the top 4. CM Punk. He could have been top 3, but hear me out when I get to the top 3. CM Punk could have been the definition of this whole lineup of being self-made. Everything he did is the reason where he at. He could have been the face of this list, but I do think there's 3 people who probably didn't do it better, but they took their self-accomplishment. They took their overness to a new level. Anyway, CM Punk, one of the most over people all time. I don't think it's a debate about how popular he is. Yeah, if you don't believe me, then watch wrestling one day and listen to a CM Punk chant. It's gonna pop up every damn show. So
just watch Money in the Bank 2011.
Exactly. That's when it's getting crazy. So, a matter of fact, you need a newer show. Watch Survivor Series. It was going crazy throughout that whole show too. So
I know it was in Chicago, but that's still a crazy pop.
For a while, it happened everywhere. So but it didn't turn into it. I mean, he became a world champion. Of course, he became the face of independent wrestling, the voice of the voiceless. But he number 4. You had him top 3.
Yeah, definitely.
When you first started, you said top 3, huh?
Yeah, definitely. He that pipe bomb, man, that shit, that fucking pipe bomb shit was crazy.
All right.
That really put him over right there.
So hear me out. This is why CM Punk not top 3. You ready for this? This way it gets interesting. Number 3, I got Eddie Guerrero. So CM Punk was a Paul Heyman guy. So CM Punk he had somebody in the back of the head like, hey, this dude, a little something. Eddie Guerrero got himself over strictly by just fucking with the fans. Like his gimmick was literally shit you don't teach kids. You like literally shit you don't teach kids, and it got over like crazy. Like people wanted Eddie Guerrero to be the hero to beat Brock Lesnar, the Olympic fucking wrestler who you supposed to love. They wanted the dude who claimed to lie, cheat, and steal to beat him. And does anybody remember where Eddie Guerrero came from? The little thick mustache dude walking slow to the ring in WCW. And before that, he was even more dusty looking at ECW.
Looking like a delivery guy.
Like him coming from that to becoming, maybe CM Punk should have been 3. But I just think Eddie Guerrero came from just got over with no help. It was just genuinely, I love y'all, whoop-de-woo, and boom. So I mean, if y'all want to say Punk top 3, I'm not mad at that. But I just gave Eddie the edge on that one.
Oh yeah,
you fucking with that, or you the edge Punk?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have put Punk over him, but I mean,
I'm not mad at that. I'm probably just want to fuck it up a little bit, rattle a little feathers. Like Punk ain't top 3. Piss a couple people off. Bro. Now my top 2, I know for a fact my top 2 people can't say over more than Punk. Number 2. Wait, hold up. Matter of fact, I know you know what one of them is. Do you think you know what the second one is?
I can't think. Danny Bryan?
I know you know what one of them is, but can't think what the second one is.
I'm trying to see.
I'll give you a hint. You'd have never thought he'd have been over the way he was. He had pretty much 4 different gimmicks.
The Miz?
Fuck no. Miz had 4 different gimmicks?
Probably.
Maybe, I don't know. That Miz and Morrison shit was little. What the fuck you wearing? But nah, let's see. Put it this way. His biggest night was spoiled. And it still was over.
Mankind,
Mick fucking Foley.
Mick Foley.
From playing with a rat in a promo. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Vince McMahon looked at him and said, "You can be one of the most popular superstars of all time." And when you hear that car crash, people go nuts. And Mick Foley used that to become a multiple time champion. And maybe I put him up there because even the look of Mick Foley, like at least CM Punk had a fan base who wanted CM Punk to be like the face of wrestling. Mick Foley had none of that. Mick Foley pretty much was a dude that people eventually just started fucking with. They realized he can give you almost everything you want. You want a entertaining match, he'll give you that. You want to entertain a gimmick, pick one. You want Dude Love, goof ass. You want Mankind, crazy ass. You want Cactus Jack, psycho ass. Or you want Mick Foley, I guess you want to say lovable if you want to give him that trait, because like just smiling, all fucked up, probably got some mental health issues, but like look at him, look at him. He just enjoying everything. So he did that on his own. So going back to you, King. CM Punk and Mick Foley. Who you had CM Punk above Mick Foley?
Dude, looking at CM Punk, and you stand him next to Mick Foley, at least Punk could pass for a wrestler. Mick Foley look like motherfucker that's digging in the dumpster out back.
All right, we starting off with compliments, okay?
Of course. But yeah, like Mick Foley just got like that natural charisma. So yeah, I'll give it I'll give it to Foley just cause I know he wasn't supposed to be there. Like he wasn't supposed to be that.
Facts.
Like Vince was like, fuck it, we gotta go with him. We gotta go with him.
Yeah, that is putting yourself over. Like, wow.
But a lot of that had to do with Vince too. With him, that corporation storyline is what got people.
Did you think Vince? So okay, that's true. But did you think if Vince expected that?
No, I don't think.
So if you felt like Vince expected that, then I'll take my L on that one. But I didn't think Vince expected Mick Foley to be one of his most popular stars of the '90s like that. Like now, all time, you hit a car crash, people going crazy. Like that's just who he is. But
before you get to your number one, I got
go
one.
Go ahead.
Cody Rhodes. Just off the strength, he fucking left WWE. Was the hottest independent wrestler in the game. Made his name off of what he did after leaving WWE. Like he was only able to come back and get treated as a big star in WWE because of off of what he did leaving WWE. Had ROH on fire. Helped start another wrestling company. He even spent some time in TNA during that time. But like everything Cody really got it out the mud.
I 100% agree. I would have put him on the list, but the only thing was he got himself over outside of WWE. Everybody else in this list got themselves over while they was in the company. So, but nah, you actually did it. You actually played it out perfect because it made sense to give him a shout out because he another person who like ain't nobody pushed behind him. He kind of just like you said got out the mud. Like boom, look, fuck with me. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm cutting fire promos. Look at my bitch. She battered half of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like like what we doing here? And she know how to wrestle. You hear me? So
but like I just he didn't do it in WWE, but like
he deserves a shout out. I'm not mad at you. Anybody else?
Yeah, DDP.
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically that's not WWE, but
no, but he deserves. I'm cool with the shout outs because I didn't even think about DDP. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be what he was in WCW. He wound up
You know what put
turning
him?
it up.
I said, you know what put him over, huh? When he gave Sky Hall a diamond cutter.
Oh, that's what it was?
That was it was down here actually. They Nash and Hall was trying to they spent months trying to recruit him, and because like he had a history of both of them the first time they was in WCW. So they was like, yeah, man, we fucking with you, man. Here we got an NWO shirt. And DEP took the shirt, high fived him. It was looking like he was joining. And when he gave Sky Hall that diamond cutter, people lost their fucking mind. And
Bruh.
that series he had with Macho Man over over the next couple of months, that put him in a whole new level. And like he wasn't supposed to be there. Like DDP was like in his mid-40s when he finally got his push.
Look at that, man. Story time with King, man.
Of course.
I better pay attention, man. You got anybody else?
Um, that's about it. That's all I can think of right now.
Yeah, and I try my best to try to think of people. You can't really Google self-made superstars. Nothing gonna pop up. They're gonna go with your natural popular people. So I try to think of off the top of my head. Shout out to Wrestling with Andy. I got a lot of people on his list too. Daniel Bryan, the definition of self-made. In my book.
Man, that fucking yes movement shit was crazy.
The dude played the role of a baby face. Then he switched up to a heel. Came up with a catchy catchphrase, and the fans wasn't having that this year. Like, look, whatever y'all have for WrestleMania, we want him in it. We
Scrap
don't give a fuck if he wrestling a turtle. He's in the main event, and we gonna cheer yes until you realize that what we want. I'm not sure if he knew that Yes was gonna fuck shows up. Yes was more like as much as CM Punk was the chant. CM when Yes was hot, Yes was on fire.
Ooh.
You go to a wrestling event and not chant Yes, you look stupid. Like what you paid to be here for if you're not here to chant Yes?
They using that shit at other sporting events.
Yes.
Like that fucking Yes movement shit. That shit was crazy.
Bree could do the stupid shit and people still fucking with it. Like to go from the independent wrestler to the small fry to the workhorse mid card champion to the Money in the Bank winner because people like you, and then winning the Money in the Bank, but we ain't put too much faith in you, so we let Sheamus beat you. We thought it'd be a good joke, and then like organically people just start gravitating to you, cutting promos that like how hard it is to cut a fucking what it is, a purebred white meat baby face, whatever they call it. I think that's tough to cut a promo like that and people relate to because nobody will be hearing that shit. Too many people live in negativity to hear that old shit. I'm gonna keep grinding, fussing, and fighting until I get to the main event. He cutting those promos and it's working. Like people fucking with that. Like Cody Rhodes do that shit too. I'm like, damn, bro. Like I don't even want to hear that. I like the Drew McIntyre promos. I have to kick people's heads into I fucks with that, but Daniel Bryan know how to do that, man. And I got him into the main event of WrestleMania, which was the goal for everybody. Shout out to Sam, you got the main event of WrestleMania, but you know it's a difference. You know it's a difference. Don't look at me crazy. Anyway, you too, Becky. You got into the main event, but you know it's a difference. Daniel Bryan got to the main event of WrestleMania, arguably one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Self-made champion. He's the true people's champion. Shout out to The Rock, but you know, Daniel Bryan did it, got it out the mud, So Daniel Bryan #1.
Yeah, I'm trying to think as you talk about Daniel Bryan, if anybody else, but yeah, but Daniel Bryan, man, he's still like living off that moment.
Yeah.
Like, still fucking with him off of that. And after he won the belt, it was a couple mid. Like he
Good
won,
old couple mid.
and it's like the build up with the baby faces always be fire. And when they get the belt, then what?
You could do that with Kofi. If Sammy would have won the belt, would have happened, and Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they won the belt, beautiful story. They won, yay. Next thing you know, even Eddie title reign wasn't that crazy. It's just like, oh, okay, you know, Mick Foley, same thing, couple mid.
He flip flop with The Rock every other week.
Then The Rock beat the shit out of him with a chair, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Hey,
he pinned The Rock on the pallet. He said, he put a forklift on top of The Rock and pinned him. Crazy.
That's my self-made champions, man.
Yeah, like I said, outside of Cody, I probably put Cody on the list. But yeah, that list, yeah.
You say you had Punk above Eddie too.
Yeah, I had Punk above Eddie just off that pipe bomb was crazy.
Nah, you right, and it shook wrestling. So I'm not gonna act like that. People still act like every time somebody do a big promo, now it's a pipe bomb. So I gotta give CM Punk the credit for that. So whatever. Like I said, I just want to rattle a few feathers. You know, tweaking to do something different. Shout out to fucking Eddie Guerrero though, man. He did get himself over. He did get out the mud. The Mexican mud, though. Y'all don't know about that Mexican mud. That's the different fucking mud, man. It's a different mud, man. That's a different mud, man. If y'all got some self champions, man, who made it over, man, got it out the mud.
So we doing the Scarface impersonation?
That was more Cuban, huh? Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Well, if y'all got better accents, man, hit us up.